Welcome to the Hurley Surf Club, Matteo. My name's Barton Lynch and I'm stoked to be your coach for this session, mate. I've been around surfing a very long time, 45 years at least as a surfer, 15 years on the world tour, and more recently 10 to 15 years as a coach. And I'm stoked to see you surfing, mate. You're getting some great waves, looks like Indonesia to me, and you're doing some great surfing. But I think I've got a couple of things that are going to help your surfing rise to that next level. Now, you'll see below I've got Kalohe Andino. So I'm going to use him as an example for the cutback. Now, if we scroll through your surfing, you'll see here when you go for your bottom turn, you have a look at your front arm. It's sort of come off to this side here, and it's kind of loading up there. You'll see it sort of coming off this side here, and you're loading it up to swing it across your body. See there, it's cocked, and you load it and throw it across, but it sort of stays quite low. It gets a bit higher now towards the bottom end of the turn, but my suggestion here is that when you do those bottom turns, you want to make sure that that arm is nice and close to the body, and that when you throw it and lift it, you get some good height in it. Now, if we watch this bottom turn, there it goes off to the side, and you can see again it's kind of behind you there, which isn't bad, as long as the arm kind of comes around and comes across the body. Now, you watch this bottom turn, it stays there, you pump off the bottom, and the arm stays right by the body here. Now, my first piece of advice is that if you get a little more lift and get that arm up and give it a little more throw in that bottom turn, you'll get a little more height out of the bottom turn, you get more vertical, and you'll be able to do a better bottom turn by throwing that arm across your body. And now as we watch the cutback, the second piece of advice comes in here. You see the cutback, you're still a bit away from the white water there, and this cutback could have came around a little more like that, but as you do the cutback, you kind of look back this way rather than having your eyes look in that full circle. Now we watch the bottom turn again, nice bottom turn. I think you might be extending in those bottom turns and getting a little straight-legged a little early. So at the bottom of that bottom turn, you could stay compressed and stay low a little bit longer, and that'll give you a little more drive out of the bottom turn. A great example of who to look at for that type of bottom turn is Julian Wilson. He gets really low and stays low and holds the rail and drive it. So that would be a good one. Now you look at this snap, beautiful snap. But the tendency is for your head to look back this way, which is fine in that type of snap. But if you want to do a more round, bigger turn, it's important that the head, if we look at this one, it's important that the head looks right back over here, back into there as you're starting to do there. But you watch here, you're starting to do the turn, and you've got a great throw of the arms, that part of it, and the upper body's really good. Now, if I sort of throw to Kalohe's cutback in just a second, I will watch this little barrel, mate. You get in the tube, come out. Here's the bottom turn. See, in this one, the arm gets a bit of lift here and gets away from the body, so that's good. I think there's opportunity to just get a little more aggressive with that throw of that front arm in those bottom turns. And when it comes to the cutties and the snaps, see the snap, and the tendency is to look this way. And again, that's a beautiful snap, and it's not a problem. But in the cutback, when it comes to doing a cutback, you need to have that head come back around. And in this one, you're still looking this way at this point in time, where if you were looking back down here and getting ready to come off the bottom, the turn would have more sort of cleanliness to it. And that little catch was because that head is stuck looking over that way. So now here's the bottom turn. Look, nice angle, mate, really low against the water, the arms here. Now I'm suggesting that when this bottom turn takes place in around there, see how you've thrown the arm a little bit there? It started to rise up a bit. I'd like that to be a little more aggressive, and it'll make the angles even better. But look at that bottom turn, mate. Sick bottom turn. Beautiful. So you've got a great foundation of your surfing. Nice snap there. And again, if that head was to whip around and look back to the beach, look where the direction you're going, not stay looking this way quite so long, it would speed up the transition between the turns. I know there's some cutbacks coming up here, and we'll get a chance to look at those in a sec. I'll scroll through this water footage and the GoPro footage. How good's the GoPro footage? Looks so sick. It looks like you're having a good time on the boat there with your partner. And here comes some of the cutbacks and the opportunities to look at them. So there's the arm getting cocked right back for the bottom turn. You do your bottom turn, but here, again, that was a nice one, mate. See how it came from right back here and then it swung across the body? That's exactly the sort of technique, but I reckon you could do that in a little more aggressive fashion. And when it comes to the cutbacks, I want you to look right over the shoulder and really give them some arc and some length. And you'll watch the rotation when I get to Kolohe. Here we go. So here's the cutback. Drive into the cutback, and you're looking that way. But now, see how the head's coming back this way now, and the eye line's coming back this way? If we go to Kolohe, let's have a look at that rotation in his upper body, and how hard he goes and looks right over that shoulder. See here, he's looking back in this way, and he holds it and holds it and holds it. And see how now he's looking right back in here. So the idea here in the cutbacks is to stay committed with your rotation of the upper body and your eye line to get that arc. Look at that arc that Kolohe's got. And as he keeps driving, he's still looking this way. So my idea for you is to start keeping that head and eye line looking back over that shoulder a little longer. And if we drive out of this one, you have a look at this one. So you go for the cutty, and if we want to get up into there and get a backhand re-entry off that whitewater, you need to, see the head's coming around now, we need to keep that rotation, keep that eye line on that whitewater and get a big arc, boom, and make it a full roundhouse, because the snaps are good and the top turns are good, and the cutbacks just need to utilise that wall and make them more roundhouse. Like here we go. Watch, got the cutback going. You're looking that way, but then the head starts to come back this way quite early. And see, now you're looking back that way. And so what's happening there is you're missing the opportunity to get a roundhouse and hit that whitewater. And you can see with Kolohe, he's just got that full rotation. And look, your arm throw is exactly the same as Kolohe's. So you've got great upper body throw of the arms. We just want that head and that eye line to stay committed a little bit longer. It's not a lot, it's only a little bit. And then that will really, here's one to look at too. So you can see with the snap, it's coming around, the great throw of the arms, a la Kolohe. You can see the styles are very similar, but I want you to have the ambition of hitting that thing up into the lip. Make it a full roundhouse cutback, rather than like a cutback that's got a bit of a snap at the end of it, mate. But as I said, you've got a great performance, nice base, and I think that, look at this snap. Beautiful style, great technique. I just think that an addition to your surfing would be the roundhouse cutback, keeping the head and the upper body rotated a little bit longer, look to that backhand part of the wave, hit that lip in there, and you would be doing great things. So there's my 2 bits of advice, mate. On the bottom turns, we'd like you to throw that front arm a little more. See here, right? You watch it here, the front arm's there, it goes, it moves a little bit, comes a little higher, but there's an opportunity to whip that thing. Give it a little more aggression and throw that front arm, and you'll get a little more whip and height out of the bottom turns. And in these top turns, draw this one all the way around, back in up to there, make it a roundhouse, and do so so you can see here, while this turn's going, you're starting to look back this way already, which is great in the snap. And so there's this great foundation of a good bottom turn, good snaps, good top turns. We add the roundhouse to it, keep this rotation of the upper body a little bit longer, get the head and the eye line whipping around a little more, target back in here to get the roundhouse complete, a la that style below of Kolohe's, and I think that you will really add another dimension to your surfing. And just to finish up, the backhand looks great, mate. There's some really nice turns there. This first one, look at it. Rah, snap. Here's John down below, and you can see with those guys they really commit to that rotation and the head in the upper body. So thanks very much, mate, for your submission of the clip to the Hurley Surf Club. I'm stoked to have been able to give you a little bit of advice. Work on that roundhouse and that bottom turn. The bottom turn's good as it is. It's 80% right. If we can just get one with a little more throw of the front arm, that'll make it even better. And then with the top turns, if we can just get that arc in it and get that eye line coming right around, I think that's really going to make a big difference. So thanks very much, Matteo. Great surfing. Thanks again for submitting it to the Hurley Surf Club. Hope this helps you to become a better surfer and have more fun with your surfing. Thank you, mate, and look forward to seeing more of it in the future. Bye-bye.